I'm going to continue my commentary on this book right here. We're going to go back to Matthew chapter 20. Okay? And we're going to do a little review. We have a rich man. He has a vineyard. It's ready to be harvested. This is a lot of grapes that have to be harvested. The rich man obviously is not going to harvest his own crop. His children are not going to harvest this crop. Nope. The rich man goes to town. He finds the town square where a lot of day laborers are hanging out. And he says, look, anybody that comes with me right now, it's the top of the morning. He says, anybody that comes with me right now will get the set number of wages for coming with me and harvesting my crop. Well, many of the day laborers at the town square take this rich man up on his offer, and they go to the vineyard and they start harvesting this guy's crops. Well, in the middle of the day, this rich man goes back to the town square. He finds the day laborers that are still left behind, and he says, look, he says, I'll pay you something, but I'm not going to guarantee you what I'm going to pay you. Just come out to my field and harvest my crops. Well, some of them left, some of them stayed behind. Okay? Well, at the end of the day, just before the sun started going down, this rich man returned back to the town square and hired the rest of the day laborers. Okay? Now, it's payment time. Now, traditionally, the people that started at the top of the morning would get paid first. The ones that started at midday would get paid second. And the ones who came in close to the end of the day would get paid last. But the rich man reversed the order. Now the people that showed up at the end of the day were getting paid first, and the ones who started at the beginning of the day were getting paid last. Okay? So, what happens? Well, the rich man gives the same wages to those people who showed up at the end of the day as he had promised to those people who showed up at the beginning of the day. Well, this ticked off the people who showed up at the beginning of the day because they worked all day for the same wages as these people who only worked a couple of hours at the end of the day. They thought they should deserve more because they worked longer. Well, when these people who showed up at the beginning of the day walked up to try to get their payment, and when the guy tried to pay them, they started murmuring, hey, look, those guys at the end of the day didn't work half as long as we did, but they're getting the same wages as we are. This is wrong. So what's the rich man's response? The rich man was saying, well, I can pay whomever I like, whatever I like. I'm the rich guy. You know, you signed a contract with me. You said you were going to do this work for this wage. Well, this is your wage. You did my work. This is the wage I'm paying you. You made an agreement. You hold up to your end of the bargain. Doesn't matter what I pay anybody else. If you think I'm going to let you work for me again, forget it. I mean, I didn't really have to pay you at all. That was his thing. Was I didn't really have to pay you. This is kind of a gift to you. That's what he was saying. That rich man was telling these poor day laborers that he was giving them a gift rather than paying them a fair wage. Do you realize what kind of an insult that was? And then to tell them that those day laborers would never work for this rich guy again because they had insulted the rich guy. Now they were going to be poorer than ever. Now you say, well, that would never happen here in the United States. Don't be so sure. He said, what do you mean don't be so sure? Well, I'm going to show you something that is happening in the United States right now that's going to just absolutely cause your jaw to drop. I'm going to leave a link down here below. I have a link on my Facebook page. I'm going to put one right down here And I want you to read what's going on in the United States right now. This is actually going on in South Carolina, and it's not the only place it's going on. And when you read what's really going on in the United States right now, your jaw's going to drop. And then you really rethink to yourself whether something like what was happening in Matthew chapter 20 will ever happen here in the United States. I guarantee you it's going to happen in the United States. Just wait. You're going to see it. Now do you know why I have come on YouTube to teach you people? Without me, a lot of you people will not stand a chance. I'm doing this for your benefit. I'm trying to help you out. And the best way I know how. Give a man a fish, he eats for a day. Teach him how to fish, and he eats for a lifetime. Listen, when you're really smart, you can actually negotiate with these rich people. You can say, I don't have to put up with you. I'll go someplace else. It's only the poor people that can't negotiate with the rich people. But if you're a really smart guy, you'll have a much better chance at getting employment. And good paying employment on top of that. So, anyway, I hope you learned something valuable here. I will tell you more in a future video. Stay tuned.